Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
7:31, 36 degrees outside, stayed warm overnight. Could see a little moisture. We have, I would call him a special guest, wouldn't you?
Well, he's certainly special.
Yes,
and
he is.
I guess he would be a guest this morning anyway.
And we know from just a while back from one of our promotions, we know that his mom thinks he's special too.
Yes.
Drew
Yeah.
Gaffney. Drew Gaffney is on the line. Good morning, sir.
Happy Valentine's Day, fellas.
Oh, thank you, Drew.
You too. You too. Happy Valentine's Day, and everything going well in the auction business?
Everything's going real good in the auction business. We had 2 big days last week in Broken Bow and Burwell, and we got 2 big days coming up this week in Broken Bow and Burwell, and I'll kind of give you a recap of how we operated. Last week had a big calf special in Broken Bow. Had some, give you a rundown of how we got along there. In the steer division, we had some 575-pound steers at $234.5. Had some 504-pound steers at $243. Had some 691-pound steers at $1.88. And had some 538-pound steers at $226. Got over in the heifer division. Had some 713-pound heifers at $1.72. Had some 522-pound heifers at $201.5. Had some 648-pound heifers at $1.74.5. And had some 615-pound heifers at $1.80 even. Got over in the butcher cow division. Butcher cow market still had a strong run of those butcher cows, and the demand was pretty high. Those high-yielding cows, we had high-yielding cows running in the range of 83 to 94. In the medium range type cows, we had cows running anywhere from 72 to 82, 75. And the poorer cows, they were 67 to 71 cents. Heiferettes were bringing anywhere from 84 cents to $1.21. And in bull division, butcher bulls were bringing 91 to $1.34. So that's how we operated in Brookville. Got over to Burwell on Friday. Had a big run there. A lot of good quality cattle on there, some heavier cattle, replacement quality heifers on there, and this is how we operated there. In the steer division, we had some 692-pound steers at $1.95. Had some 882-pound steers at $1.77. Had some 892-pound steers at $1.78, and had some 900-pound steers at $1.76. Got over in the heifer division. Had some 822-pound heifers at $1.83. Had some 808-pound heifers at $1.76. And then we had some 815-pound heifers at $1.78. And had some 764-pound heifers at $1.79. That's kind of how we operated last week in Broken Bow and Burwell. Back this week, got 2 big days again. Got a special weigh-up auction plus bred cows and heifers and a couple dispersions at Broken Bow on Thursday. And then on Friday in Burwell, we're going to have weigh-up cows, and then we got the bred cow special. A lot of good cows on that sale. Selling a couple brands over in Burwell this week. Then on Broken Bow on Thursday, we'll also have a first calf heifer nurse cow, super gentle, good nurse cow prospect. She's going to be calving right away if you're looking for anything like that. Got any questions, go to the website. You can check out the consignments. You can check out the videos, all the cattle that are selling. And got any other questions, you can give me a call at 308-872-1105.
All right, Drew. Sounds like you're busy. Thanks for letting us know what's going on.
Thank you, and I just want to give a big shout-out to all the wrestlers that are going down to state this week. And I really want to thank Brent and the crew for being on the radio and giving us the rundown, the play-by-play. And I'll tell you what, even if you are a wrestling fan, or even if you're not, you really want to pay attention to this state tournament, because I tell you what, I can't believe how well this area is represented, and I think we're going to make a big splash for Central Nebraska down there in Omaha this week.
Well, I think you're right. I think everybody's hoping that happens, Drew. Thanks a lot for those words. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
You bet. Well, he's exactly right.
Yeah.
We have been excited all year thinking this might come to this point where we have so many area wrestlers in the hunt at the state tournament. You talked about it yesterday, and it's turned out that way. So now everybody's got their fingers crossed and ready to go to Omaha. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, we do have a lot of basketball taking place. You covered a game last night, and then we have 3 games to cover tonight, correct?
Correct, yeah. We'll be back at the D27 sub-district, which is taking place at Sandhills High School in Dunning. We'll have Anselm Myrna against Pleasanton tonight at 5:30, and then that'll be followed by Sandhills Thetford against Ansley Litchfield. Both games on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. And the guys are going to take the video camera and provide a live video stream of those 2 games for you tonight as well, which you can access on the Sandhills Express Facebook page and YouTube channel. And then I'll be in Gothenburg for you tonight. Broken Bow starts play in the C111 Girls Sub-District Tournament. They'll take on Kearney Catholic. Always fun when those two get together.
Yeah.
They played earlier in the season. It was a 2-point win for Broken Bow, so should be a lot of fun. We'll have that game for you tonight on KCNI 96.3 FM and KCNI1280.com. Broken Bow will play the second of the 2 games there tonight, so tip-off is scheduled for around 7 or so.
All right. That's what's going on tonight on this Valentine's Day and evening. And for many years, Brent has been celebrating Valentine's Day courtside.
Yeah.
And
or Matt's side.
Or Matt's side.
Well, not Matt's side, but like way up, away
Clear
from
up
the
top.
mats at State Wrestling, yeah.
So, and it's also, ladies and gentlemen, Brent's birthday today. So happy birthday, Brent.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're celebrating with some pretty good folks.
Oh, good.
West Province is celebrating his birthday
All right.
today. Zach Hammond is celebrating his birthday. I
Yeah.
cannot believe he's 28 today. That
Oh,
just
gracious.
blows me away. Tim Schaaf, you might remember Tim. I believe he lives down in Lexington now, he and his wife, but lived here for a number of years and worked through the USDA, and I think he moved down there and is doing the same thing. I happened to run into Tim a while back. It's good to see him. Happy birthday, Tim Schaaf. And Jason Riker is celebrating a birthday today. And Brent says here is...
Well, you don't have to read that.
Okay.
I'm old.
Oh, man, you are so young. You don't realize.
I don't know about that.
That's just in the midway through the trip, my friend.
Yeah, I know.
It's a good thing.
I'm thankful to feel the way I feel. I got to be honest. Yes.
Yep. Health is the best gift of all.
Yep.
And so happy Valentine's Day to you folks out there. I mentioned earlier on KCNI, Valentine's Day, you have the flowers and chocolate for your spouses, your husband and your wives, but Valentine's Day can be for, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, of course, grandmas and grandpas. Anybody can get a Valentine's Day card or gift, so happy Valentine's Day to you.
Yeah, received a text message from Mom.
Oh!
Mom wishing me happy birthday and saying some wonderful, nice things, our number one son, special Valentine, and all these wonderful things. And then at the very bottom, please make sure you tell Dave happy Valentine's Day.
Well,
couldn't make it just about me. Thank you, Mom. Love you.
Thank you, Peg. Appreciate it. Yeah. All right. We mentioned the hearts and all of that sort of thing. This is National Organ Donor Day. Now, you've probably caught the story, I hope you did, that Grant Winter followed through. The Bissonette family had their bake sale at Little Cape Boutiques last Friday, I believe it was. They sold, it's in the story, check it out, 2,000 some pieces of baked goods in 45 minutes.
Yeah, wasn't that amazing? That's a great story Grant did.
Yeah,
he's really good at just putting the right words to those types of stories. Yeah,
and such a great event that was put together by the loved ones of James Bissonette, who we lost during the COVID situation, and he donated his heart, and this turned over to where now all the money that was raised last week goes to help other people. So this is a very important day. This is you can still dedicate your heart to your mate as we do on Valentine's Day, but you can also sign up and donate organs to different organizations. Did you know there's 120,000 people currently on organ donor waiting list?
Wow.
120,000 people out there waiting for some of those donations to come through. So that's certainly something to think about. It's also National Library Lovers Day.
Oh, nice.
Showing your passion for reading and your local librarians. This one here I think fits nicely with Valentine's Day.
Oh, what's that, Dave?
National Ferris Wheels Day. So
Ferris Wheel Day. Okay. Well,
when you were a kid, when the fair come to town, didn't you want to take a little sweetheart up on the Ferris wheel?
Oh, well, you hope that you got stuck at the top.
Yeah, maybe you got to hold hands up there.
Yeah.
Or nobody could see you, or you thought nobody could see you. The Ferris wheel was unveiled back in 1893 at the World's Fair in Chicago, and people have been hopping on Ferris wheels ever since. Also, today is the start of Kindness Week.
Oh. Okay.
So they're just saying be excellent to each other. Today kicks off Random Acts of Kindness Week, encouraging goodwill and to be thoughtful to one another. Other birthdays, Michael Bloomberg is celebrating his birthday today. He's 81. He founded the financial media empire Bloomberg, the former mayor of New York City and one of the richest people in the world. So you're right up there.
Well, great.
Carl Bernstein, 79, is a journalist who was the investigative reporter, along with Bob Woodward, for the Watergate story. They won a Pulitzer Prize for their work that actually brought down the Nixon presidency. And Rob Thomas is the lead singer and frontman for the band Matchbox 20. I believe he also did some work with Santana, did he not?
He did. He was on Santana's collaboration album. It was kind of a collaboration album that won all kinds of Grammys. Did Smooth.
That was a good one.
Together. Yeah, it was a good song.
So those are some things that we have to note here today, along with Brent's birthday. Today, let's take a look at our school lunch menus and see what's being enjoyed at the Cozad High School today. They're having chili mac with Italian bread, ham and cheddar melt, pizza Munchables, peanut butter and jelly. They're having fresh produce as well and fresh fruit and milk at Cozad.
All right, Litchfield today, popcorn chicken bowl on the menu at Litchfield.
Anselmo Myrna, it's chicken pot pie, baked pork fritter with biscuit, fresh baked turkey and cheese subs, vegetables, fruit, and milk.
Loop City today, chicken leg or Salisbury steak with mashed potatoes, corn, tea roll, and a brownie at Loop City today.
Now, were you born in Loop City?
No.
Where were you born?
I was born in Creston, Iowa, but I did all my growing up in Loop City.
You're a Hawkeye?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I am not.
You're not a Hawkeye?
I am not.
Okay. You're a Raider.
I was. Yeah, well, yeah, Loop City when I was at school, we were the Loop City Red Raiders.
Red Raiders,
yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sandhills School at Dunning, they're having chicken chipotle sandwiches and chips.
Broken Bow today, chicken pot pie, fresh baked turkey and cheese sub, grill station combo would be a crispy chicken sandwich basket today. Also a baked pork fritter with dinner roll on the menu at Broken Bow today.
Today at the Prairie Pioneer Center, they're having beef and noodles, mashed potatoes, mixed veggies, apricots, and bread. Call them at 872-6121. Let them know you'd like to have a meal. Do that by 9 a.m. if you would, please.
All right, got a few more here. Ansley today showing chicken tacos on the menu at Ansley. At Thetford today, chicken and rice on the menu at Thetford. And I think I got one more. We got Sargent here for you. Today at Sargent, chili with crackers and cheese, fruit cup, cinnamon roll, milk, and salad bar at Sargent Public School.
A reminder, we'll be giving away a $25 gift certificate to Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique in downtown Broken Bow. We'll be doing that a little later on. We do want you to know that they have a sweetheart of a deal going on right now. All of Lola's winter merchandise in Square One is marked down 30 to 60% off. And now, when you take all your sales purchases to the checkout, you get another 10% off your total purchase. She wants to move those things out and get on to spring, so you can help yourself by getting in there and taking advantage of this great winter selection that she's moving out at discounts. Square One Boutique is inside Chapin's Furniture on the south side of the square in Broken Bow. So later on, we'll be giving away a $25 gift certificate in honor of, so appropriate, the Love Local promotion.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I wanted to take time here this morning. Got a call yesterday, and it was from a very nice lady over in Arcadia.
Oh.
And she was listening to, I believe, I can't remember for sure whether it was the tail end of my shift or the beginning of yours on KCNI.
Oh.
And there was some particular music that she wanted to thank us for. And it just reminded me yesterday, well, we need to thank our listeners all over our listening area, Arcadia and Comstock and Sargent and Taylor and, that direction, and Ansley. Of course, you do sports. You touch base with all those people one time or another during the different sports seasons. But just hello to all you folks out there. Cozad, Gothenburg, we have a lot of listeners down there who like to rock on KBBN and listen to some of the sports we have and Husker coverage. So, just thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you want to play the game?
We can. And it's Tuesday, so that means we're giving you a chance to win a tumbleweed meal at the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow. And if you don't have any Valentine's dinner plans yet, now you do.
Okay.
Because you can spend your evening at the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow starting at 5 o'clock tonight. They will have available a delicious prime rib and shrimp dinner with your choice of potato, salad bar, dinner roll, and dessert, all for just $29.95. So take your sweetheart out to the Tumbleweed Cafe on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow for Valentine's dinner.
Sounds delicious.
All right, here's your question for today. We're asking questions about kind of some old cartoons or old television shows for kids in honor of the fact that Romper Room was syndicated back on February 10th, 1953. Here's your question for today. Do you remember the cartoon Grape Ape? Grape Ape. You remember Grape Ape? Oh, come on, Dave.
I don't know if I do or not.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, for those of you who do remember Grape Ape, he used something as a skateboard on the cartoon. Used it as a skateboard. What was it? Did he use a bus, a scooter, a van, or a car? What did Grape Ape use as a skateboard, a bus, a scooter, a van, or a car? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Take your loved one or loved ones to the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow on Valentine's Day. Starting at 5 p.m., enjoy a delicious prime rib and shrimp dinner, which comes with your choice of potato, salad bar, dinner roll, and a dessert. All of this for just $29.95. Sounds delicious. Wrap up your Valentine's Day with a delicious meal at the Tumbleweed Cafe, East Highway 2 in Broken Bow.
The list of songs about love is a long one.
All I wanna do is eat, sleep, love you, repeat. Hey, people, loving people, baby, be my love song, baby, be my all night long.
At KCNI KBBN, we love shopping local. Make sure you're listening to The Breakfast Show. Every single day, a new $25 gift card will be given away.
10 before the hour, and I believe we have Tim on the line. Good morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Ready for another day of fun?
Yep.
Okay. Here's Brent.
Hopefully a nice, lovely weather day.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know about that, but we'll get through it.
Okay, Tim, what did Grape Ape use as a skateboard in the cartoon? Was it a bus, a scooter, a van, or a car?
I believe it was a van.
It was a van. You got it. And because you've answered correctly, we got a certificate that's going to get you a free meal, a free tumbleweed meal at the Tumbleweed Cafe. So just come on out and see us when you can.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
You're all right. Logan is here from Arrow Seed in Broken Bow. Good morning, Logan.
Morning.
Man, you look slick. You're all shaved up, clean.
I am. Yeah.
Got rid of your beard.
I did.
Is this for a special occasion, Valentine's Day, for smooching, or?
No. So I went ice fishing this weekend,
Yes.
and it was cold and windy, and my face got like really windburnt, and then trying to put lotion on it with the beard
Didn't work.
didn't work so well, so I shaved it off.
Well, it looks good.
Yeah, thanks.
And I think Renee will probably appreciate it if you try to smooch with her, maybe over some chocolate or some flowers or something, whatever you're getting her. I think
Did I forget something today? What is today?
it's Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's right.
Don't forget.
Nope, I won't forget it.
All right. How's things at Arrowseed?
They're good.
Good.
They're good. You know, like I said, I went ice fishing this
Yeah.
weekend, so I'm getting off that rush.
Yeah, had a good time.
It was really good.
Good.
So my buddy that I went with, we went up to Valentine, and we were talking. So he calls it a lift. I call it an elevator. Like when you go to a hotel or wherever,
Right.
you know, and that's I guess we're just raised differently.
Absolutely. Wow.
Yeah. I guess that's right, Logan.
So how long during your fishing trip did it take you to come up with that one?
Quite a while. Quite a while.
Well, that wind was blowing you around. You had
Oh
to
boy.
maybe wait till you got in the car to really discuss deep things.
It was brutal.
Was it?
Really, the wind on Friday was not fun.
Yeah.
You know, Saturday and Sunday were pretty mild, but Friday it wasn't good.
Is the ice still good?
There's only like 19 plus inches up there.
Probably starting to get a little soft, I imagine. Or
Yeah, not really.
Not too bad?
No,
Good.
you probably could have drove a Freightliner on it and been fine.
Well, I wouldn't try that.
I probably wouldn't either.
All right, so help us out. You got the seminar coming up
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep. So we made sure it wasn't on Valentine's Day.
Good idea.
So it's on Wednesday, the day after Valentine's Day.
All right, so that'll all be taken care of, and now we can concentrate on improving the soil quality out there.
Absolutely. So right now with this weather that we're in like the false spring. You know, it's only February.
Yeah.
So we've still got some winter time left. So don't get too gung ho to do much. You know, it's gonna rain today, maybe.
So we're talking about it.
But it's still February.
It is. And we know, living in Nebraska, that March can be somewhat brutal. April can be a little tough, and we've gotten snow in May, you know, a few times before. So, yes, we don't know exactly what's ahead.
So be planning ahead, but just don't get too antsy to get much planted in the field.
I know it's hard not to, though.
It is. It seems like this winter has been the longest winter on record.
Yes, and as you say, we're halfway through February.
You know, it just when it started getting cold back in November,
Yeah.
that just kind of set the tone for a long, difficult winter.
Well, let's take advantage of this. I guess you'd call it downtime unless you're calving and have projects going, and most people, I guess, do. But it's easier to take time this time of year to take in something like you're holding tomorrow because it's pretty important.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's one of those things that we put it on to, you know, to educate. You know, if you buy stuff from us, great. If not, go learn something.
Yeah.
You know,
Pick up some tips, and then you always have that opportunity to have conversations with other producers as well.
Exactly. You know, and I've said it before when we do these things, you know, do I learn a whole lot of new stuff? No. Do I learn some new stuff? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I implement that new stuff? Absolutely.
Yeah. And
You know?
put it to work for you.
Does it fit in every single operation out there? Absolutely not. Does little bits and pieces of it fit? Absolutely. So why wouldn't you take it in
So this all starts what time?
at 9 o'clock
Tomorrow morning.
a.m. tomorrow morning?
At the One Box.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And let's see, you're having a meal, so you needed to know how many are coming. How's that set?
I don't know actually.
Okay.
I don't know how many extras we got.
Okay. might call and find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So if you didn't get registered, you might give us a call and we can at least let you know if we've got a meal for you or not.
Okay. All right.
You can
that's-
still come.
You don't
just
have to
might
eat.
not get food.
Yeah. You can catch a bite and still take it in.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So
Okay. Well, you're right. It's tough, but we're starting to actually see some of our yards, some portions of it, small
which
portions.
is a blessing in a disguise, for those of us with dogs who didn't maybe get the yard cleaned up last fall.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a blessing. There's a lot of natural fertilizer.
Yeah.
Not very well spread out, just kind of in piles here and
Yeah.
there.
And wet.
Yeah. So, yards they were in rough shape to begin with. This early snow cover probably helped to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
The ice that we had probably did not help.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard to tell what the actual condition's going to be until this spring.
Isn't it amazing, guys, how I know that you can, in the farmers and ranchers have the pivots, and they have even gravity irrigation yet, different ways to apply water. We all have, maybe we drag a hose around with a sprinkler, or maybe we're lucky enough to have an underground sprinkler system, so you can apply water that way. But it just doesn't work quite as well as Mother Nature when she decides to have a nice rain. It just is just so much better.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Yep. There's something about that soft water, that rainwater, that those plants really respond well to.
So what I'm thinking, help me here if I'm off base, but if we had that ice, we had the snow, which is probably good, but ahead of that we had the ice, which is not so good for pastures and lawns. But if we could get a traditional spring, like in March, April, May, where we actually got some of those rains, wouldn't that be a healer?
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
Yep. And with this moisture that we're getting, it's going to recharge some of those dryland acres to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
So you might think about putting some oats or a spring crop in there. With the snow that we've had, feed piles are going fast, and there wasn't necessarily an abundance of feed to begin with.
Right.
So they're going to need to think about replenishing that, and a good way to do that is start growing a crop early in the spring. And that'd be like oats or spring barley or spring triticale. Get that crop going while there's moisture, and then once you get that crop taken off, turn right back around and put in a cane or a millet or a sorghum sudan for you're getting two hay crops off of it in one growing season.
Okay.
So that'll really help boost your forage supply, your feed supply, and it'll give you options. Maybe you need to pasture it for a while, give your cool season pastures a little bit of a rest. It opens the door for a lot of different avenues.
A lot of options there.
Yep.
Then a little bit later on, I know some guys out there still like to plant turnips and the peas you talk about and that sort of thing. Does that come a little later on?
Yep, that'd be more of a fall.
It's more of a fall plant.
crop. Sometime that August, September time frame.
Okay.
And then you can pasture that
Right.
all winter long if you really want to.
If you have it open.
If it's open.
Yeah. That's been a little bit different this year, but all right. So just kind of really time to plan.
It is.
And
Yep.
talk to you guys about supply and
Yep. Start planning now,
Mm-hmm.
so then you can plan with a T, which is plant, this spring.
there you go. There you go. Good luck tomorrow. Should be real interesting.
It should be. We're excited, and it's gonna be fun to see everybody there.
Yeah.
And like I said, come learn something.
Right.
Go into it with an open mind, and just know that you're probably not going to change your whole practice, your whole operation, but there's little bits and pieces that it might make more sense on the bottom line for you to do it this way versus the way that you're doing it.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just nice to get a reminder that maybe you practice that and maybe you slipped here and there a little bit. So,
Yep.
yeah, it's just a refresher, a good time to do it.
It is. So we look forward to seeing everybody there.
Thanks, Logan.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Arrow Seed, our guest here this morning, will take a time out with some news on The Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. A mass shooting at Michigan State University had people there sheltering in place much of Monday night before police found the body of a suspected gunman who is believed to have killed 3 students, wounded 5 more, some critically.
Terrified students ran out of a building at Michigan State University Monday night as police moved in following reports of an active shooter.
I got a shot fired. Complaint at Berkey Hall, 509 East Circle.
Campus police say there were shots fired at least 2 buildings.
That is CBS's Dina Demetrius. In New York, police are trying to untangle a motive in a Monday morning driving rampage. A man in a U-Haul hitting people in Brooklyn, injuring at least 8.
62-year-old Wang Soer's son telling the Associated Press that he is mentally ill. This is the latest in a string of violent acts, including stabbing his own brother.
Reporter Samantha Liebman of 1010 Wins. With 37,000 people dead in last week's Mideast earthquakes.
This is a trauma which the world needs to heal.
UN Aid Chief Martin Griffith. CBS News Brief, I'm Tom Foti.
In Nebraska news, the Nebraska State Patrol is requesting assistance from the public in locating a person who went missing from Bruning on February 2nd. According to officials, 43-year-old Jamie Bollick of Bruning was last seen at his place of employment at Bruning Grain and Feed Company on February 2nd. Bollick is believed to be missing under suspicious circumstances. He is described as a white, 5'6" tall man, 140 pounds, with blue eyes, brown hair, and a light beard. He was last seen wearing dark brown overalls and a dark brown coat. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts or information about his disappearance is urged to submit a tip through Nebraska Crime Stoppers. You can go anonymously by submitting to Nebraska Crime Stoppers website or call 1-800-422-1494. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Kevin Wyatt.
Michigan State University has announced that it has canceled all activities, including athletics, for the next 48 hours following a mass shooting on campus that left 3 dead and 5 others injured. There's a men's basketball game as well as a men's tennis match set for Wednesday. They have been postponed. The gunman was found dead outside of campus last night with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police saying he's a 43-year-old man with no ties to the university. The Western Athletic Conference announced that New Mexico State will forfeit its remaining 6 games left on the schedule following the school's decision to cancel the rest of its season amid serious hazing allegations. NFL news, the Cardinals have focused their head coaching search on Bengals defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo and Eagles defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon. Ian Rappaport this morning tweeting that the Cardinals will make their decision after interviewing Gannon. NBA news, Gary Payton II will be reevaluated in 1 month with his core muscle injury.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll have mostly cloudy skies with rain, possibly mixing with some snow showers early on, then all rain into the afternoon. Our temperatures holding fairly steady. We'll have our winds gusty turning to the northwest, increasing to 20 to 30. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, staying on the windy side, a low of 18. Wednesday, slight chance for some light snow showers in the mid-20s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
You brush your teeth, but how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
This week, Staples has deals so good, you're going to want to sit down. Are you sitting? I'll wait. Great. Right now during Staples Sit-a-thon, select chairs are up to 50% off, like the Union and Scale Essentials Mesh Back Task Chair. Now just $89.99 at Staples. You save $90. Plus get 2 2-ounce bottles of Purell hand sanitizer, free with the Staples Connect app. So take a seat or 2. Right now at Staples, the working, learning, and saving store. Ends 2/18. In-store only. Purell Limit 2 while supplies last.
8:05, 36 degrees outside under a dark sky this morning. We've been enjoying a lot of sunshine, but today not the case. Cloudy skies, winds out of the southeast. They're going to make a switch later on, as you heard, out of the north, and then we'll have a chance at some mixed moisture today. Doesn't sound like a lot of accumulation, but we'll want to kind of note that. Barometric pressure is still falling at 29, 27, humidity at 85%. Yesterday was a beautiful day, 46 for a high yesterday. Stayed warm overnight, 35 is an overnight low. So that's the situation. We haven't measured any precipitation yet, but it sounds like we could. Our next guest is in the studio. Brent, would you like to introduce the main man here?
I'd love to introduce him. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the studio, Jeff Denson with Team Physical Therapy.
Good morning, fellas.
How you doing?
Really good.
Well, let's jump in, and I want Brent to get totally involved in this because we got a little time here, and we want to talk about physical therapy, of course.
Yes.
But how does a dad watch his son wrestle without twisting some of his own parts?
You can't. You just. I used to sit in the stands next to Scott Duda.
Oh boy!
And he would be wrestling me on the side, pushing me away when his son Lathan was wrestling, and then Colton first, and then Lathan.
Yeah.
And you'd come out with bruises on the big matches.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'd be shoving you away, and I'd be trying not to hurt the person next to me, so I'd be pushing him back, and it was full-fledged pushing contest.
Good news is, if something did happen, you could help, rehab.
Yeah. Mm.
So.
Yeah, it was. But no, parents are wrestling's unlike a lot of sports because it's so intense.
Yes.
And it's a short period of time that's very intense.
It is. It's and Brent, we were talking about this yesterday. It's a big family of
yes.
people. I mean, wrestling is a family, and I know Brent's noted that before. And
and I think you can see that from all the area teams. We've watched or our wrestling program and then us just coming up through started at a very young age and have watched these area wrestlers wrestle since they were 6 or 7. Going to little local tournaments and then all over the state, and you just become a very close-knit family. And I've seen that in Myrna's team and then Twin Loop's team, who have done very well this season too. But those kids we've been around, I mean, got to personally know all of them over a period of time, and it's really exciting for all of those kids.
Yeah.
Also, and then for us, it's really close-knit because we've been basically traveling on weekends together since they were 6, basically.
Yeah.
So,
and you have some individual wrestlers around the area. Burwell has a few going.
Yep.
So, and I know you have your clinic up there, so you're probably familiar with a lot of those people.
Absolutely. Yeah, we were just kind of covering. Rachel was going to do some Facebook posts and things of that nature for support of area teams, and it's just we have to go review the teams again because it's a lot of area teams.
Sure is.
Even through Kearney and that area of the state and in Gothenburg, and so lots of teams that have done very, very well.
Yeah. Brent's probably curious about any injuries out there. I know that you take care of young people when they stress something or have any problems, and Brent's got this state title on his mind quite a bit, as far as wrestling goes.
Absolutely. Yeah, so, that's all I have on my mind, too. So, it's hard to work every day. I don't know what we're even doing there, but
you have to be healthy to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Everybody in pretty good shape.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think I took a phone call from an area school about you get to this time of year and basically it's time to brace it up, support it, and wrestle with it. And that's where we have a few kids that are going to be doing that. And it's just you don't want to miss out on that last tournament you might be able to get to. And so we for sure try to take care of that. And then when we're down at state wrestling, I know I might be on call for other area schools, and that's exactly what we want. So
that's probably a good thing. Gives you something to do.
Yes, absolutely. Need something to do down there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Ed won't let me on the side of the mat, so Coach Schaaf. But
well, that might be a good idea.
No, it probably wouldn't be a good idea. There's a reason why he won't. So.
You have any questions, Brent?
Well, how are things going? I mean, I know that you guys are busy with rehab, for people coming off surgeries and things. Is this a busy time of year for you?
Yeah, it slows down just a little bit in January and February timeframe. A lot of basketball injuries and wrestling injuries we treat a lot of currently. Looking forward to spring, people getting out and doing more things and getting back to more stuff. We have been really busy with total knee replacements this year, and it looks like all the way through the first half of the year we will be. So seeing a bunch of those, and then continuing to promote balance and in-home care for patients, and making sure that people are getting around as much as they need to with this. This has been a long winter and really cooped up, and hopefully getting people back moving from that.
Now, Jeff, you have services now that, in cooperation with others, are able to actually go out to people's homes and help them with some of the things you just talked about, which you've added in the last year or 6 months.
Yes, 6 months, yeah.
And that's been a big deal too, hasn't it?
It really has been. Yeah, we've had a good partnership with Angel Care Home Health locally in this area, and then we're going to expand that to Burwell in that area. And I think in Kearney they're going to start to utilize us a bunch for our physical therapy services. And then we work with Cozad Home Health for Arnold area, and then everything's kind of south through that area. So it's just coverage areas, and we feel like we can provide really good services of rehab through that. And it just prevents those patients from having to go to a long-term care facility to get their rehab done. And post-surgically, it works really well. So
now with knees, they can have the surgery here, or they can go to the clinic elsewhere. But I know that the rehab starts right away through you guys.
Absolutely.
And then hips are a little different, but they come back and rehab after hip surgery?
So a lot of hip surgeons are really not, you're allowing about 6 weeks for that hip to heal before you start a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
If you have a really degenerated hip and you are limping horribly on it, it's a pretty natural process to get back on the good one, on a new one. And we see those patients for strengthening usually more than 6 weeks out of surgery. They just take time to let it heal, and that's a good route with hips. It's been very effective just to let them get up on it a little bit, and then we'll do strengthening post that when necessary.
Everything's a little different. You have elbows and shoulders and all sorts of things that can be repaired these days, which is wonderful. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, shoulders have progressed a bunch for big injuries to a shoulder can be completely repaired and last a lifetime.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Which is,
that used
really
to be
good.
the Dickens, the shoulder.
Yes, if you see patients that have arthritic shoulders that it sounds like a ratchet going when you're moving it around. It's
ouch.
We don't have to do that anymore. They can be repaired to get it back to normal, and don't end up with that bad of arthritis if you get it fixed.
Some folks I see some folks out now getting some walks in. The streets have cleared enough where you can get out and do some walking, but there's also still some slick spots here and there, and a lot of the sidewalks are cleared, but the ends of them maybe aren't because of where the snowplow put a hard layer there.
And melting and then refreezing and melting.
And the sidewalks look good during the day, and in the morning they're dangerous. So I imagine there's some of that. But getting out and walking again is a good thing.
Absolutely.
But we might want to kind of do some of the things you've taught us, maybe warm up a little bit, stretch, and do those things.
Yeah, doing a little bit of warm up, and then post exercise stretching, you'll have the best benefits for your joints if you can just do it post exercise, and really promote that. Taking 10 minutes after you're done and just stretching everything, and you'll have great benefits. Plus, you'll be less sore from exercise. And I notice just with our local programs, for sure we've been doing a lot with that, with the wrestling program. Ed had put in basically a 10-minute stretching program for after every practice, and I think our kids recover better because of that. And then all the other sports have been doing that too, and I think there's just great benefit to it. The old get in the line and stretch out before a football game no longer happens. It's more of a get a little bit of sweat going before exercise, and then when you're done, stretch out and cool down.
Okay, all right.
So,
now, Brent.
Yes.
As a sports reporter, do you want to do any interrogation on spring sports, such as baseball?
Oh, do you have the Legion schedule set?
Legion schedule is set. We are hosting juniors area.
Hey, you are? Oh,
Yes.
that's breaking news,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we're hosting juniors area. Seniors area will be at McCook.
Okay.
Junior state will be at Alliance, if we're
Wow.
fortunate enough to
Okay.
qualify for that. And then seniors state will be at Pierce.
Whoa, okay.
So, and we're schedules putting together. That's one thing I did want to talk about real quick. We through DYO, Legion, Spirit, all of that combined, we kind of went away from a formal sign-up day the last couple of years. We've been doing online sign-up. Be looking for, we're going to try to send a sheet home that has a TeamSnap is our sign-up and pay online system. And there'll be a QR code that you can scan on this sheet of paper, and we'll send that out to all the area schools. We're hoping to send it home with the kids so the parents can get kids signed up for all avenues of baseball, softball at all levels. So we'll be sending that out. So be looking for your kids to be bringing home something. Otherwise, you can go onto the DYO Facebook page, Custer County DYO Facebook page, and there'll be a sign-up link there, or contact anybody that might be on the board, myself, and we'll get you guys signed up. But right now we have Legion sign up. We're about most of it done. We need to get that solidified. So if you're going out for Legion, let us know. We got to get that done pretty quick so we can start getting the rest of the season ready to roll.
Yeah, and I think most people know, especially with the Legion, that's area baseball players from in
Yes.
the area. So
Yep.
you don't have to be from Broken Bow to play
No,
Legion
we want
baseball.
to. We really want to. It needs for us to compete at a Class B level. You really need kids from everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, it's not just Broken Bow at all. So
Okay, very good. And I'm glad you brought that up, because as parents, we all know sometimes the kids don't bring something
yes,
home. And
start looking for it. We want them signed up now.
And
So
if they don't bring it home, you can go online.
yes, please,
Okay.
please start getting signed up. It's we want to get those teams set and have plenty of time for practice, and hopefully the ground clears and we can get outside and get going.
Yeah. Oh, you will.
Yes.
I know you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming in. Would you remind folks out there all the different locations that Team Physical Therapy has?
Yes. We're located here in Broken Bow. Call 872-5111. And then we're in Burwell, Kearney, Gothenburg, and Callaway. Give us a call. We'll get you set.
All right. And you do take walk-ins?
Yes.
All right.
Walk-ins welcome.
Okay. Good luck this weekend.
Yes, we're excited about it.
Don't pull a muscle.
I can't guarantee that.
We'll be right back.
More time has been added to the winter clearance clock. There's still time to save at Bo Bootery on the Square. Save 40% off winter merchandise like shoes, fashion boots, bear paws, snow boots for women and children, slippers, tights, leggings, and even socks. There's still winter weather left. Buy and use today or store for next winter. Either way, come and save with us at Bo Bootery, your home-owned shoe store in Broken Bow.
Gary's Superfoods is proud to be your hometown grocery store, offering big game day savings all week long. 85% lean ground beef in a 10-pound tube, $3.69 a pound. Or boneless beef chuck roast or top sirloin steak, $6.99 a pound. In the produce section, grab some large avocados for 79 cents each, or a pint of blueberries or blackberries at 2 for $4. Make sure to cut out their coupon to save even more on select products. Gary's Superfoods, open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. South B Street in Broken Bow.
No, there ain't nothing like
Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Just want to let you know that I love the show.
I love what you guys are doing in the morning. It makes my day so much better.
Casey and I, KBBN Radio.
Simple. It's on sale. Buy them and wear them right away. The savings and the clothing will make you feel warm inside. At Geared for Sports during their winter clearance on the west side of the square in Broken Bow.
Celebrate Valentine's Day with Grazer's Bar and Grill in Arnold. Make your reservation for 5 p.m., 6:30, or 8 p.m. that day to enjoy your choice of shrimp Alfredo soup and salad bar or a dinner for two that includes a heart-shaped ribeye, twice-baked potatoes, soup, and salad bar, plus 2 drinks and a dessert. It's the season of love at Grazer's Bar and Grill in Arnold. Call and get your reservation in today at 308-848-2900 before they're all sold out. Grazer's Bar and Grill in Arnold, where good friends meet this Valentine's Day.
The list of songs about love is a long one. At KCNI KBBN, we love shopping local. Make sure you're listening to The Breakfast Show. Every single day, a new $25 gift card will be given away.
It is 8:25. Yet to come, we'll be visiting with Alan Bartels, information specialist with the Lower Loop Resources. So we'll be talking about birds and all sorts of good things and photographs. That's all coming up. But first, here's Mark Stock.
Well, folks, happy Valentine's Day. And today, we've got an outstanding sale of some really nice livestock. The Salt Creek Cattle Group out of Hallam, Nebraska is a featured seller. They have 24 stout, well-developed bulls that will sell to the highest bidder. And today they're going to be holding a viewing of the cattle from 9 a.m. to 12 o'clock at the Holman Ranch. And then at 12 o'clock, they're going to move on over to Kramer Hall in Kramer, Nebraska for a meal. And then at 1 o'clock, they'll start selling some really nice bulls. So if you are interested, please check out the Salt Creek Cattle Group that is selling today on BigIron.com. Now, also selling today are some bulls owned by the Lawley Livestock Operation. They're a registered Angus and commercial cow-calf operation in southeast Nebraska. They're by Alvo, Nebraska, folks, and they're going to be selling some really nice bulls today as well. Now, if red is your favorite color, the Bead Red Angus sale by Chambers, Nebraska. They've got 9 really outstanding bulls. Unbelievable EPD selling today. And Karlstrom's Cattle by Polk, Nebraska. They've got some livestock selling today, as well as Todd Shively with their Red Angus bred heifers selling by Idalia, Colorado. Check out these animals, all selling starting at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And tomorrow's equipment sale, folks, February the 15th, features an International ProStar 7400 truck with a mixer feeder wagon. We've also got a John Deere 4830 self-propelled sprayer that is selling. There's a couple of Freightliner Cascadia trucks selling for chief carriers out of Grand Island, Nebraska. There's planters, there's harvest equipment, there's tillage equipment. A lot of good quality ag equipment and construction-related items selling to the highest bidder. Please dial up the Big Iron website for all of the good quality machinery selling on February the 15th. Items like a 2008 Kenworth T370 with a 4-compartment fuel truck will sell out of Omaha, Nebraska. Harpers Ferry, Iowa, there is an outstanding lineup of machinery selling. For the Donald McCormick Estate, 77 items are selling. A lot of hay equipment, a lot of international tractors, 7120, 7130. They've got a 966. They got some Massey Ferguson tractors as well. Please support that sale, folks, in Harpers Ferry, Iowa. The Donald McCormick Estate sale is on Wednesday. Other items include a 2009 Wilson livestock trailer selling out of West Point, Nebraska. We've got a really nice Landau 6230 29-foot tandem disc selling in Dawson, Nebraska. If you're in the market for a drop deck trailer that's set up with some tender tanks to do your spraying, those items in Dawson, Nebraska as well. There's a 2004 Pontiac Grand Am car selling in York, Nebraska, a 1992 GMC Top Kick truck. This is a grain box on the back selling in Brock, Nebraska, folks. We've got fertilizer spreaders. There's a like new 2015 John Deere MX3 3-point rotary mower or shredder that is also selling in Brock, Nebraska. Folks, the list goes on and on. Dial up the Big Iron website, and remember, every item is sold with the owner's name and their phone number, so you can call them if you have questions. Now, if you're heading down to Louisville, Kentucky, to the National Farm Machinery Show and Tractor Pull, make sure you stop by and see Big Iron. They're at that farm show, as is a farm show taking place in Tulare, California. The World Ag Expo is in Tulare, and that show is taking place today, Wednesday, and Thursday. If you've got equipment or land or livestock you would like to sell, we encourage you to call up your Big Iron rep or dial our phone number 1-800-937-3558 or 402-564-3369 to get your equipment, land, or livestock listed to be sold on the next available sale. Once again, check it all out, BigIron.com.
No matter where your schedule takes you, stay up to date on your bank accounts. Sign up for mobile banking or online banking with Bruning Bank to keep track of your accounts anywhere, anytime. At home, the gym, grocery store, day or night. Deposit checks, transfer between accounts, view transactions, and check balances. Set up bill pay so you never forget to pay that bill ever again. Ready to simplify your life? Download the app or visit BruningBank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Love is in the air at Barney Health Mart. If you love savings, go and see them just off the square. Right now, 20% is marked off of jewelry, of course, including beautiful Montana silversmith pieces. You can't have Valentine's Day without chocolate. Russell Stover and Baker's chocolates are marked 10% off. Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Hello, cattlemen. This is Drew Feller with Feller Ranch Company, continuing the tradition of Barstow Angus herd. We've come together with Meinert Simonson Angus as Sandhill Source to offer our customers 150 high-quality Angus bulls in large sire groups. We'd like to invite you to our annual bull sale Saturday, February 18th at the Meinert Simonson Sale Facility near Dunning, Nebraska. Learn more or view our catalog on Facebook or sandhillsource.com.
8:32 is your time. Thanks for listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this terrific Tuesday. Our next guest, as promised, Alan Bartels with the Lower Loop NRD. Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks. Good morning, guys.
We had you out here last year, I guess, about this time.
I think it was,
yeah. Yeah. We're going to talk about a couple of things. First of all, we're pretty disappointed you didn't bring any olives with you this year.
Yeah. I wonder if listeners remember the conversation a year ago. I stopped at the store on my way because you guys were talking about olives, so I picked up the most expensive olives I could buy in Broken Bow. I think they were jalapeno stuffed or something.
They were really good.
Produced those during the middle of the segment, but I thought about it this morning. But
well, that's fine. We don't need gifts to have you here. We do want to highlight a couple different things going on. The most immediate thing that's coming up this weekend is an opportunity to watch birds, identify them, have a cup of hot chocolate, and it's all in a really cool place. And I must tell you that Joan and I were over last year for this event. That area is very impressive in Ord. It's a beautiful area along the creek there on the backside of the lake that a lot of people are familiar with there. So it's a great walk.
Yeah, so Saturday morning, this coming weekend at 10 a.m., we'll have the great backyard bird count at the Lower Loop Natural Resources District Arboretum, which is out by the airport in Ord, just adjacent to the NRD headquarters. But we've got an 11-acre arboretum there with a trail through it that connects to the Ord City Trail, leads through the cemetery, which is full of bird life and deer and foxes we see pretty regularly, and then across Dane Creek and then over to Obbles Pond, and the trail makes a loop there. Fortunately, with the weather we've been having, we've got some open water, and the waterfowl are back. The robins are back in the arboretum chirping, so I think that's a good sign of spring. And you mentioned you were at last year's event, and it really was cold and windy, and the forecast looks a lot better for this coming Saturday, so really hoping that we have a nice turnout of both bird watchers and birds.
And what time of the day does that begin, Alan?
Yep, we're going to start at 10 a.m. and then we'll end it at noon. But the Great Backyard Bird Count lasts 3 days. And so we're going to let people, if they want, they can take these recording forms with them and bird in their backyards or go to the reservoirs or wherever and record the birds they see, and they can turn those back in following the bird count if they like.
Okay, so they can go out of that premise and view birds elsewhere and record those as also. Then.
That's right, yep. And this is all coordinated through Cornell University, which are kind of the authorities in birds. And this is a citizen science opportunity for people to record what they see. And then Cornell's been doing this for many years, and over many years they can look at the trends in what people are seeing. Are robin numbers up? Are they down? Other species. But more than a citizen science thing, it's just an opportunity to take advantage of a really nice attraction there in Ord and just get outside and enjoy the weather after what's been a really long and brutal winter.
We've been talking about that all morning. All our guests are saying, man, winter's been long, and we do have some winter left, and as you say, if the robins are coming in, that's that's a good sign. In the past, what are some of the variety of birds that have been spotted and recorded?
Last year, 22 people showed up and they saw 20 different species, but in all they counted 326 birds. There was one rough-legged hawk seen, a bunch of cardinals, nuthatches, house finches, lots of Canada geese, and actually a couple bald eagles spotted that morning as well. And we don't just count what's in the Arboretum, but if they see it flying over, they can count that, or if they hear it, they can count that too. So even little Harris sparrows and goldfinches. And the other day I saw a Cooper's hawk out there. So and we've got owls in the area, so you know, could see just about anything. Last year somebody recorded a brown thrasher, and we put that on Facebook, and then we had a expert say that was far too early for one of those to be there. So whether it was actually there or not, we're not sure. But and then in addition to that, there's the waterfowl that hang out on the lake, the ring-necked ducks and mallards and things like that, and the muskrats in the creek, and the fox that lives in the cemetery, and all kinds of good stuff to see.
It's an excellent site. I think people would be surprised, and pleasantly so. Just the walk itself is quite nice, and it's paved. Yep. It's a walkway that's paved, and it winds around, and there's different routes you can take. Now, again, we were there last year, and it was very cold and windy, and sometimes we could hear the birds. We just couldn't see them, but we knew they were in the trees. Because of the wind, it made it a little more difficult, but it was still very enjoyable. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I walk that trail every morning before work with a coworker, and I actually, I was on the road early this morning to be here, but I actually still had time to do one lap. I can do a lap of that loop in about 7 minutes at a leisurely pace, so it's not strenuous by any means. But what's really nice is this warm weather we've been having. Now, as a result of that, the trail is almost ice-free. Sometimes first thing in the morning, some of that snow melt is still frozen in spots, but it's actually in really good shape right now. It's going to be a really fun event.
I would think the snow might help with the spotting of birds, too.
Definitely, but until this snow started to melt and ord, we weren't seeing a lot of birds out there. But finally this week, there's a ton of bird activity. And I hung a feeder out there last week, and it's crazy how many birds have found it. So, yeah. But there's always lots of activity out there. There's more than 60 species of plants and shrubs that the NRD has planted out there over the years, and so there's really a diverse habitat, including even a small wetland with cattails. And like you said with the creek, there's just a ton of habitat and lots of activity if you just stop and listen and look for it.
And I noticed too, when we got into the more treed areas where the residential yards butted up against the creek, there was some bird feeders out there, and it was pretty active in through there because that day it was out of the wind. Right. And that's a good place to spot them as well.
Yep. That edge of town there is really good for just about anything. And the Canada geese are feeding across the highway right now, so they're constantly flying over, and cool to see and hear. But just looking forward to nice weather and getting outside for a couple hours. Honestly, last year our coffee pot and hot chocolate pot only could keep it about lukewarm. It was so darn cold. But I promise if you come out this Saturday, we'll have very hot coffee and hot chocolate.
Well, that's great, and it's a great park, a great route, and maybe even if you just want to do it, and I know you want people to record what they see, and if you happen to be one of those that don't like paperwork on a Saturday, you can still enjoy the walk and see what's there for other opportunities, other walks. I would think early spring, when it warms up just a little bit, it would really be a fantastic walk.
It is. It's great. And like I said, I do it every morning and almost every day at lunch. And as the days get longer, I sometimes do it after work too. It's just a nice little break during the work day, or if you need a little exercise like I try to do.
Yeah.
It's right there. I mean, I can leave my desk and be out there walking in 1 minute and have the birds all around me.
So folks who are listening and haven't been in that area, as I remember helping me here, but you head out on the highway that takes you past the airport. And then you look to the east, and you'll see the NRD building there.
That's right. Yep. We're across the road from the airport on Highway 11, just on the north edge of Ord. So pretty easy to get to.
And you'll see there's a covered roof there where they'll have the hot chocolate and coffee there.
Yep, got a little shelter there at the northwest corner of the Arboretum where that'll be kind of the starting point for most people, I suppose. We'll also have some guidebooks for people who might not know what they saw but want to look it up and see if they can identify it. And where we're set up there, we'll be within sight of that bird feeder, and I'll have some binoculars there. If people want to watch that feeder, they can borrow my binoculars. And we've got some certificates, primarily for kids that take part, but last year there was a lady from Broken Bow who insisted she wanted a certificate too, so we filled one out. That was no problem.
She's certified now. Yeah.
She is.
Okay. All right. So that starts at what time again?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. this Saturday.
Yep.
What a great day. The forecast looks super for it, as you say. Now, earlier we received information from you, and you helped us with this last year to get the word out about a photo contest, and this is for the entire Lower Loop area, and it can be scenes or animals or just about anything, right?
Yep, we're having a photo contest again this year. Last year it went over really well. We had more than right at 600 entries. And the Lower Loop NRD is the largest of Nebraska's 23 natural resources districts. It stretches all the way from the Sandhills all the way east past Columbus. And so you've got the Sandhills, you've got meadows and pastures, cropland and farms, and 514 miles of river within this district alone, which just is amazing. And the reason I say that is it just means the photo opportunities are just limitless. And, we're looking for wildlife and scenic nature scenes, but also agriculture scenes, images of conservation in action, flowers, animals, but even people and events and architecture if they want. There's really no limit. There's no limit as to when the photos were taken. The only requirement is that they're taken within the Lower Loop Natural Resource District boundaries.
Mm-hmm. And that can be with a smartphone or camera. It doesn't matter what kind of equipment they use.
That's right.
And then they email those in to you?
That's right. They can email those to me at abartles@llnrd.org. And if they didn't catch that email address, they can just call the Lower Loop NRD.
Okay. All right. A lot of fun. And, sometimes, Alan, photographs, you snap them and they just happen to be really, really good. And then there's something like an eagle or a hawk or something like that, maybe it has the sun behind it, and it's difficult to get that picture that you want. So getting out and enjoying nature several times would probably be a recipe for some good entries, because sometimes you just get lucky and sometimes you got to work at it, right?
It's like any worthy activity. There's a lot of hard work, but also a lot of luck involved. And you're right, some of those scenes that your mind and eyes and heart fall in love with are almost impossible to capture with the camera. It might look really nice, but that what you saw in reality was a lot better. But that's all you can do is capture that photo and share it with people, and that's what we want people to do. Some of these entries we'll share on Facebook or other social media and try to encourage people to join the contest that way. Some of these photos could make it into press releases and stories to promote the contest. And then what we did last year, and we're going to do again this year, is we gave away 3 prizes. And the first place winner, we printed a canvas print of the winning image, and it's hanging in our headquarters right now. And then when the new winner's chosen and the new print is hung up, last year's winner will receive his canvas print as part of his prize.
Very nice. Very nice. Sounds like fun, and probably most importantly, it gives you a reason to get out and actually look and see what we have here.
For sure.
We get busy. We don't often maybe take time just to take a look and see how much beauty there is out there. And this kind of is a roadway to that.
Yeah, you're right. We're really fortunate to live and work where we do. I've traveled this whole state. My previous job was with Nebraska Life magazine, so I've been probably in every town in Nebraska. I've seen the state thoroughly, but there's still a lot more to see. But that experience convinces me that the Lower Loop NRD in particular, with the rivers and the variety of scenery, is probably the most beautiful of the Nebraska resources districts in this state.
Isn't it amazing that we have so much water, because we don't think about Nebraska being, that way, right? I mean, there's miles and miles of river in this state, and it's kind of amazing.
Well, yeah, we were once lumped in with the Great American Desert.
Yeah.
And it was never true, but, there may not be a lot of, we are in a drought right now, but still, with the readings our technicians are taking on wells across the district, there are areas in the lower loop NRD where groundwater levels are actually climbing and have been consistently for decades. So we are very blessed to have the water resources we do. And when we're not doing, simultaneously as we're doing fun stuff like bird watches and photo contests, our technicians are out there monitoring water, checking for nitrates and other pollutions. And doing what we can to protect those natural resources, because by law that's what we're tasked with doing.
Yeah, and we should remind ourselves of that and the importance of maintaining our quality in water. I don't know that sometimes we think about that as often as we should, so we're glad you guys are there to do the testing and remind us. I know we just had our well here checked last summer, and it's always kind of a sigh of relief that the nitrates are not high and you're drinking good water. And I know that at one time, many years ago, previous management actually had to replace the well because it was contaminated, and if it wouldn't have been tested, you'd be drinking the bad stuff and not know it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not cheap to drill a new well, for sure.
No, it's not something we want to do. So.
We will actually have several technicians tomorrow back in Broken Bow for that soil health event you were just talking about earlier this morning.
Good. With the Arrow Seeds.
Yep.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, so Saturday, Ord, do some bird watching and get involved in the photo contest that runs through
May 15th.
May 15th. Plenty of time yet. Get some more winter pictures and some spring pictures.
There you go.
Thanks for coming in. And by the way, you have been promoted. You want to talk about that a little bit, because you have a employee out in the lobby with you. So there's been a few changes.
Sure, yeah. So last time I was here, I was the information specialist for the Lower Loop NRD. Now I'm the information and education coordinator. Quite a bit different position, but we did recently hire an Ord native who was living in Lincoln and wanting to come back home. Brant Bechtold is the new information specialist, so him and I are traveling part of the district today, familiarizing him with how we do things, and we'll probably do some photography while we're at it.
Oh, good for you guys. And Brant can come in anytime. He didn't want to today, because I did tell him, Brent, we like to ask personal questions.
Oh, yes. Well, that's what makes me sometimes not want to come in, and I'm part of the show.
Right.
All right, Alan, thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Good to have you in.
Yep.
All right, we'll take a time out with these words on the Get Up and Go Breakfast
Is
Show.
winter weather and the fear of falling keeping you indoors for the season? Don't fall. Give Pearson's a call. Poor balance and falls can diminish your ability to lead an active and independent life, but you don't have to accept them as a consequence of aging. Pearson Physical Therapy has been helping their patients stay on their feet and take back their independence through individualized balance training programs. Reduce your chance for falls and regain your confidence this winter by calling 308-872-5800 for a free fall risk assessment with one of our therapists. That's Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 in Broken Bow.
The Callaway Good Life Center offers a facility with the comforts of home. Services include skilled nursing care, long-term care, respite care, and more. Callaway Good Life Center is a great place to work, offering competitive wages. Call 836-2267 for more information.
Everyone loves winter. Your car door is frozen shut, it takes 10 minutes to regain feeling in your extremities after going outside, and you're just wiped out on a patch of ice. While Runza can't make it any warmer, we can bring you Temperature Tuesdays. Every Tuesday in January and February, the temp at 6 a.m. is the price you pay for an original Runza sandwich when you buy medium fries and a drink. Because Runza makes it all better.
Runza's Temperature Tuesday reading is 25 degrees. That means your original Runza sandwich is just 25 cents today when you purchase a fry and medium drink today only at Runza.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
My day starts right.
With Dave and Brent.
Boy, I tell you, that Christy's hair is beautiful today. She just looks sharp. She was just in, drop off some information. Her hair just looks gorgeous today.
Oh.
You know, if I could, I'd just take her to Brubaker's and buy her a cup of coffee as a complimentary prize for the way her hair looks.
Yeah, you think?
I would do it.
All right.
While I was there, I'd go ahead and shop for the Sweetheart because today's Tuesday and they're open and they have some really cool things. Grab and go floral arrangements, candy, jewelry, purses, coffee, kids' items, and gift cards. All right there today.
Everything.
Something for all ages.
And a delicious cup of coffee.
I repeat, something for all ages now that you're 52.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for bringing that up again.
Blow those winter blues away and stop in today at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold. They're open on Valentine's Day. And, of course, you can get a wonderful cup of coffee and hit that barista bar and gift shop all under one roof. Historic building there right on, guess you don't call it Main Street, but it's the main business street in Arnold.
Yeah. It's a great place. Really is. You'll enjoy it.
Super good. Super good. Yeah, yesterday Shannon's hair was really, really beautiful. And I don't know these days if you can talk that way and be politically correct. I mean, I'm as a person who's in the admin side of things, I could probably get sued.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't care because Shannon's hair was really beautiful yesterday, and now today Christie's is.
Well,
I'd call it gorgeous.
I was in the back area when you gave Shannon the compliment, and I was amazed at how it just immediately turned into a ruckus.
It did.
Because all the rest of us were wondering, where's our compliment?
Well, and I tried to compliment Christy yesterday late afternoon, or I guess mid-afternoon. She was doing some things in the production room there and complimented her hair, and she says, too late. Too late, doesn't matter. So I'm trying it today.
I see. Okay.
Trying to get along.
Good luck.
I wanted to go back to the Tumbleweed Cafe real quick because you mentioned the special they have going today.
Yeah, Valentine's dinner at the Tumbleweed.
And remember that really almost every day is Valentine's Day at the Tumbleweed because they'll treat you with love and respect when you go in and sit down and order. And you can order breakfast throughout the day. Anytime they're open, you can order breakfast, omelets, scrambled eggs, over easy, hard, with bacon or sausage, hash browns, toast with lots of butter on it. All those things are available. And, of course, their noon special is always reasonable, and they have a couple different options usually. Evening specials, of course, and then on Sunday, don't forget about that buffet. Now, it could be you're too busy this week to take out your Sweetheart. And you could probably do it on Sunday and enjoy the buffet.
There you go.
And don't forget about that party room where we had our recent promotion. It works really nice.
Yes, yep, very nice room.
It's very nice. So, Tumbleweed Cafe, Broken Bow, Nebraska, ready to go for you 7 days a week. They do close earlier on Sunday now than they used to, so kind of keep that in mind. Get in early and enjoy your Sunday meal there.
There you go.
There's my list. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Well, I got all shook up there with the deal on Christie.
Yeah. Well, you know, it is, what is it? What'd you say earlier? It's Kindness Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Act of kindness. Start showing each other love and respect.
So I guess compliments about the way someone looks, that would be an act of kindness?
Well, it would be.
Right?
And Brent, I've pondered on this for a number of years.
Have you?
Christie's hair is naturally curly.
Huh.
She doesn't have to curl her hair. It just curls.
Okay.
It's all kind of that little wavy, curly, which a lot of ladies would die for. There's been times I've seen Christy come in with straight hair, and I think it takes her like 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
To make it straight.
Oh.
I don't understand why you'd want to have straight hair when you have that beautiful curly hair like that. Ansley Lumber and Supply in Ansley, Nebraska have some things going on. Of course, check with them because things have kind of leveled out supply-wise, and you know some of the costs on some of these things are adjusted from what they were during the COVID shortages and so forth. So they're ready to go for you this spring. and the rest of this winter.
Yeah. Do you have a room that needs repainted?
Oh, yes.
Well, if you do, get on it, because they got a sale going on right now with Benjamin Moore Paints. 20% off select Benjamin Moore paints right now at Ansley Lumber and Supply. They're running their paint sale while supplies last. Flat, eggshell, semi-gloss, Regal Select Pearl, Ben Exterior Low Luster, Ben Exterior Soft Gloss. All of the choices there for you at Ansley Lumber and Supply. Give them a call at 935-1815. Or better yet, just stop by Ansley Lumber and Supply. They're locally owned and operated right there in downtown Ansley. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Open on Saturday from 8 to noon.
News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. We now know that all of the victims of the Monday night mass shooting at Michigan State University were students. 3 dead, 5 hurt, some critically, while others sheltered in place.
Telling each other, like, it doesn't feel real. I mean, especially because we're inside, we can't see everything. We're just listening to the police scanner and just looking at Twitter and the news. It's just unreal.
Police say the suspected gunman killed himself. The motive is unclear. Motive also unclear in New York, where a man in a U-Haul drove into people at several sites in Brooklyn.
We're just following to see if he would, come to a stop, and he just wouldn't.
One of the hit victims has died a week after catastrophic earthquakes in southern Turkey.
We can see women and children sitting under the trees with not much else but the clothes on their backs. There's a few tents set up, but not much else. The situation is pretty desperate here.
CBS News correspondent Imtiaz Tayeb. CBS News Brief, I'm Tom Foti.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Nick Cope.
It's officially official. The Indianapolis Colts announced they've hired Eagles offensive coordinator Shane Steichen as their next head coach. Super Bowl 57 averaged 113 million viewers, making it the third most watched television show in history. In the wake of a campus shooting that left 3 dead and 5 injured, Michigan State has postponed Wednesday's scheduled men's basketball game against Minnesota while canceling all campus activities through tomorrow night. The suspect later took his own life. In college football, reports say Utah offensive coordinator Andy Ludwig will stay with the Utes after interviewing for the same position with Notre Dame. In the NBA, the Knicks won the Battle of New York, top of the Nets, 124-106. Trailblazers got 40 from Damian Lillard to beat the Lakers, 127-116. The Nuggets dispatched the Heat, 112-108. And the Sixers cruised past the Rockets, 123-104.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll have mostly cloudy skies with rain, possibly mixing with some snow showers early on, then all rain into the afternoon. Our temperatures holding fairly steady. We'll have our winds gusty turning to the northwest, increasing to 20 to 30. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, staying on the windy side, a low of 18. Wednesday, slight chance for some light snow showers in the mid-20s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, has the offerings you're looking for this winter to prepare for next year. As you know, every season brings new focuses. Here are theirs right now. Specials on driveline conversions, sprinkler packages, and winter maintenance specials, to name a few. If you've worked with Custer Electric and Irrigation in the past, you know that they want to get you taken care of the right way at the best price possible. They encourage you to get the work you need done scheduled as soon as possible because prices are rapidly increasing for a lot of supplies. Plus, that schedule book can only get so full. Don't forget licensed electrical work you might need done too on ag, commercial, and residential applications. Ask for a free quote. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer in Broken Bow, serving the whole area with electrical, agricultural, and commercial services. Call today at 872-7786. Follow them on Facebook or visit custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
4 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. Your temperature is 36 degrees under a cloudy sky. So good to have you along. So good, so good, so good.
Hey, I got I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, but it's Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the love songs?
You know, I thought about doing that earlier this morning, and we got busy here on the breakfast show, and I kind of forgot about it. Did you want a love song for Shelley or something?
Well, I don't. Now, wait a minute. How did you do that? I put you on the spot. How did you just flip the script so easy?
Lots and lots of practice.
Yeah, I hear you. I was just wondering, you know, I mean, it's Valentine's Day.
You're right.
I thought maybe we would break out the real sappy love songs.
Well, I could play Love Stinks.
Yeah, that is kind of a tradition, come to think of it.
Yeah.
We usually play that one.
That's kind of mean, because this is supposed to be the day where we start treating each other nicely.
Yeah.
And this is the start of Kindness Week. By the way, before we get too far along here, you know, we were talking about Rihanna, the gal who sang at the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, did the halftime show?
Yeah.
Didn't really watch it, but...
Well, as I said, I'm trying to be open-minded. I don't follow that particular style of music, and I feel like she had a rash or something. She was itching all over the place. I don't know. I don't totally understand that. I don't know whether she had an itch or what. But anyway, I find out today that she lip-synced it.
Oh, really? She didn't even sing?
It says Rihanna's Super Bowl performance rank on the all-time list of halftime shows. If you believe that, if what Twitter says, it says it was number one according to Twitter people.
Really?
For the worst lip sync.
Oh.
It was yeah.
So it wasn't well received, or it was well received?
Well, according to Twitter, which is of course gospel,
yes,
it was number one for the worst lip sync performance.
Oh boy, ouch.
It was her first solo performance in 7 years, and even though balancing on that platform dangling from the roof was exciting, especially since she is going to have a baby, that would make anybody's voice crack, so she lip synced it.
Oh.
Social media now wants lip syncing banned from the Super Bowl.
Oh boy.
But I think she should go see a dermatologist. She's got some rashes or itching or something. She couldn't anyway. Let's continue.
You brush your teeth, but how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
This week, Staples has deals so good, you're going to want to sit down. Are you sitting? I'll wait. Great. Right now during Staples Sit-a-thon, select chairs are up to 50% off, like the Union and Scale Essentials Mesh Back Task Chair, now just $89.99 at Staples. You save $90. Plus, get 2 2-ounce bottles of Purell hand sanitizer, free with the Staples Connect app. So take a seat or two, right now at Staples, the working, learning, and saving store.
bigger chores and reach bigger goals. So go big and get it done with a Bobcat compact track or skid steer loader. Bobcat, it's one tough animal.
Everyone can help keep our roads safe. In my truck, I'll remember to follow at a safe distance. When you need to merge in front of a truck, please leave plenty of space. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show. It's 9:13, and our guests are in the studio, and I would like to ask Jody and Jessica, Off-Broadway Apartment. Did you happen to see Christy on your way in?
No.
Oh, man, you got to go back there and check her hair. But her hair is gorgeous today. Just take a look before you leave.
Okay.
Please.
Am I being set up for something?
No, I wouldn't do that to you, Jody. We're tight.
Okay.
It's Kindness Week.
Yeah.
And Dave thinks that Kindness Week just means complimenting people.
Really?
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah, it is part of it.
Yeah, it's not all of it. You really have to go ahead and genuinely mean it,
Yes.
which I do.
No, there's no doubt.
Guys, how's things at Off-Broadway?
Fantastic. Going good.
Now, last time you were here, the good news was that you were filling some positions, you were filling up some rooms, and I can kind of guess by the smile on your face that that's still happening.
Yes, we're actually going to have probably a move-in this week, so we don't have any more two-bedroom apartments available, so that's an exciting... That's very, very exciting. So all we have is a very few one-bedrooms that are left. So if you are looking to move in, now is the time. Just give us a call and we can set up a time, or just stop in and visit us during the week and we can get a tour. And we'd love to show you what Off-Broadway has to offer.
All right. And Jody, Brent is celebrating his 52nd birthday today.
3 more years.
So 3 more years.
55 and older. So we will put him on the list as a future.
Put him on the list, would you? Because he doesn't really like scooping the walk or mowing the lawn. So
do you make him do it here?
No, make him. He's helped me before, but not as we don't force people to do manual labor here, because radio people are kind of weenies.
Yeah. A truer statement has never been made.
We're on the softer side, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, Jody, what about a nurse position and that sort of thing? What all do you have available?
Right now, what I'm going to say is, if you're looking to supplement your income or you have some extra time on your hands, please come in and fill out an application and speak with me, and we'll go over that and see what we can do to accommodate that.
All right, that sounds good. And I don't know if we talk about this enough. There's some benefit packages that are available for people who are employed. I don't know whether it's part-time or full-time, but there are benefits available.
Absolutely. So if part-time, it does include PTO or personal time off.
Mm-hmm.
And then the full time positions, we have more, which is your personal time off, your membership to Click, and dental and vision, and
so there's a nice package there.
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of packages, this is what we call a radio segue. What do you expect from your spouses for Valentine's Day? Is maybe a package of chocolates or some flowers? Or what are you hoping for?
Did they call you?
No. Heck no.
No, but they're going to now.
I thought this was a setup.
No. It's Kindness Week.
Me personally, my husband and I don't really do that. We've decided that's not what we're going to do this year. So.
Well, I think sometimes that's the gift.
Yeah.
You say, you know what? It's okay if we don't worry about this. We're madly in love. We don't need to have these gifts. Right.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I like that. And then there's other people who would like maybe some candy or something.
Well, every year I get a bear that has the year on it. So since 2014, I have a bear that my husband gives me. So.
Well, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah,
nice.
So I have
The little fluffy one.
Yep. It's
how big is the bear?
About this big.
Oh, it's about a couple foot or a foot or so tall.
And I get to pick the color every year, so it's
Oh,
different, but it has the year on it, and so yeah.
That's nice. That's
Yep.
nice.
Which I do want to talk about Valentine's. Today we're having
Well, I was
a
going to
little...
ask you. You got something going
We
on?
have a little party for our residents, but yesterday we had a giveaway. We had between Off-Broadway, Bonfire, and Fox, we gave away a dinner for two and 2 movie tickets, and it was Dawn and June White that had won it. So that was pretty exciting for them. So
I'll enjoy that.
yeah, thank you for everybody that participated on our Off-Broadway Apartments Facebook page. Please check that out. We're constantly adding things to it, and we have contests that's going on that we'd like you to participate in. And so between the Off-Broadway Apartments Facebook page and offbroadwayapartments.com, be looking at it. We're doing something all the time.
Okay.
So,
And you mentioned a little party today?
yep. And then we have a winter ball coming up.
Winter ball on the 24th for all the residents. It's going to be exciting
Yeah.
for
Now,
them.
that's going to be like dress up and
Dress up, and we have Dennis who's going to escort them from the dining room door into the dining room for us on a red carpet, which it won't be red, it'll be blue, but kind of the red carpet type of thing for them. So,
oh,
And we're having Heather Griffith come in and do makeup.
Yes.
And yeah, it's going to be a big deal. We're super excited for our residents, and our staff get to participate.
Oh,
so
that'll be neat.
So you can have a little music with that, maybe with.
yes,
That's nice.
we're trying to get live entertainment for it.
Oh, are you?
So, yeah.
Well, if not, you can always put on some big band music or something, and
Yep.
or waltz music, or
do you DJ?
do I DJ?
Yeah.
Well,
You know, he's been getting into poetry.
Yeah,
There
How
you
about
go.
that? David J. Burney with love poems during the ball.
G-rated love poem.
Well, we would hope.
I'll think about that. I could come up with a poem, but it sounds like a lot of fun, guys. Is
It
that
does.
where you guys get to dress up and participate?
Yes.
That makes it a lot of fun
That's
too.
good.
I bet your folks who live there really like that.
Oh, yeah. We our activity director has us doing all sorts of stuff. So we are very grateful for her as well as all the staff. We truly make a great team. So
Sounds like
we
it.
do a lot of fun activities as well as include everybody that wants to participate. And again, if they want to participate, they can. And if they don't, that's okay too. So it's completely, but we're a great big community. So
Just thinking out loud here, at this point in the year, we're mid-February, and I'm going to just guess that you were probably thinking, well, we want to get kind of these rooms filled up like during the springtime. You're already way ahead of spring, so, and you have just single bedroom apartments available now, so you're way ahead on filling those up before spring. So if somebody out there's listening, they might want to get on the list, right?
yeah, because we had several tours last week that are on that are going to be making decisions real soon. So of what they're going to do. So absolutely, if they are absolutely interested in just coming and taking a look, and even if they don't want to come till next fall, let us know so then we can start preparing for them. And if we have something available at that time, we'll get a hold of them and let them know that this is the time to do it. So. It's a great big community family. We do lots of activities. We're keeping their mind going and keeping them involved in the community as well as in our little facility. So, yep.
Okay, now Jody, since you're on the admin side, that's what I'd like to say out here is the admin, part of the admin. We're kind of like sister, brother on that.
Okay.
Say you got a poet into a party. What is the fee paid to the person who comes in and does the poetry, for instance, or musician? Is there like, as an admin, do you allow a budget for artful people?
We do have a budget for that.
Okay, all right. So we want to talk off the air about maybe what we could come to a contract on?
Well, can I ask, is that a fee that I'm supposed to pay, or is that a fee they're going to pay us to come in and do it?
Oh, no. We have
just kidding.
I thought we have a
Please don't take me
misunderstanding
serious
there.
on that.
I'm gonna guess.
You're gonna pay us.
I'm gonna guess that in this situation, you probably would want to wait until the entertainment was given and then judge how much you want to pay after you actually hear it.
That might be a good idea, actually. Might be a good idea.
Well, they don't have tomatoes, so
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, you don't want you don't want any of that stuff laying around when he's up on stage.
Well, guys, sounds like things are really going well at Off-Broadway, and that's so good to hear. And I know it's always challenging in the field you're in to make sure everything's running right, and then you get the people you need. But coming through COVID and the pandemic was just a real test.
Yes.
And it's so good to see your faces are bright. You guys look like you're having fun, and I know that you care deeply during those tough times, but it's nice to see you enjoying yourselves at what you do and having a good time with everybody, that family that you live with. It's fun to see.
Oh, yeah. They're an extended family.
Yep.
They really, truly are.
Yeah, that's great.
The employees as well as the residents. We're all pretty tight, like you say.
Yeah. Did you want to entertain the thought of me singing a love song to close out this segment, or
Jody might.
Go for it.
Oh, wow.
Speechless? This is like the first time ever.
Right?
Write this down.
I don't think I can.
The pressure's too much.
I can't handle it, girls. Thanks a lot, you guys. Happy Valentine's Day
Happy
to you.
Valentine's and happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
3 more years.
Off-Broadway, 3 more years. Brent will be in.
Yes.
We'll take a time out.
Every growing season has its challenges: weather, weed resistance, input costs. So growers know to keep an eye out for new and better ways to tackle the problem. UPL understands what you're up against. Their comprehensive portfolio for corn and soybeans is designed to solve problems and maximize return. From pre-plant to post-harvest, UPL is opening new doors to productivity through open innovation and collaboration. To learn more, visit uplcornportfolio.com or uplsoybeanportfolio.com.
There's an innovative new soybean herbicide on the market that's helping close the door on weed resistance and open new doors to productivity. Preview 2.1 SC herbicide from UPL is a multi-mode of action pre-emergent that controls the most resistant broadleaf weeds at the beginning of the season and continues to control later weeds with strong residual activity. Ask your retailer about Preview 2.1 herbicide from UPL and always read and follow label directions.
Brent and Dave with you here on The Breakfast Show. A few things we want to tie up here before we close the show today. We do want to remind you, and we'll do that at the end, that there's some basketball games to watch and listen to tonight, and Brent can tell you about that in a little bit. And before we close the show, we're also going to give you a chance to win that $25 gift certificate to Chapin's Furniture and Boutique. So be sure and stay tuned. Now, we got a couple things we want to wrap up. I did want to note, birthday boy, if you want to give yourself a birthday treat that doesn't cost a thing and it doesn't take long to enjoy, as you're going into town, just look at that billboard on Highway 2 right there about Farrader Auto Parts, and you will see movie stars.
Yeah?
There's 3 movie stars that are posted and displayed upon the billboard from Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, yes. And when you see that billboard, it'll serve as a great reminder, I need to maybe go visit with them.
Yes.
So stop in at the Broken Bow office, meet with Tina. She's there. Walk-ins are welcome. She'd love to meet with new prospects to discuss your home, auto, farm, and commercial needs. Hours are 9 to 5, Monday through Thursday, and then they're open Friday 9 to noon or by appointment. Tina would be happy to review your current coverage, make suggestions, and offer a free quote as she has several carriers to choose from. They hate to see anyone have an insurance claim, but when there is a snowstorm, and we've had a couple of those this winter, and buildings come down, it's a good reminder to check your policy to be sure you're covered if it happens to you. And that's where they can help you make sure you're covered properly at Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. Broken Bow office is 914 South D Street. The number there is 872-6996. Don't be caught surprised when you have a claim. Call Tina in Broken Bow. You can also visit with Chip in the Callaway office for your home, auto, farm, commercial insurance. And, of course, Liana is available for all questions regarding things like life, health, and Medicare insurance. As always, quotes are free, and they'd love to have the chance to provide insurance protection for the things that matter most to you. That's Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency.
A job opportunity at Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership for a Early Head Start Infant Toddler Teacher Center Specialist position. This starts at $20.68 an hour, up to $22.21 per hour, depending on qualifications. Benefits package includes health, dental, life, and vision insurance, 11 paid holidays, paid time off package, and employer-matched retirement is available. Now, you must have a valid driver's license, and you need some certification here for child development. An associate or bachelor's degree also would come in handy there in early childhood education. They prefer experience working with infants and toddlers, income-qualifying families, and past supervisory experience. This individual would be responsible for center coordination, supervision, and teaching. If you're interested, call 308-745-0780, extension 0, or apply online at centralnebraskacap.com. And they are an equal opportunity employer. All this information is available on Sandhills Express job page.
And here's another job posting for you. KC Trucking is looking for a welder and fabricator to join their team. You would be working in their shop Monday through Friday. Good benefits available. If welding and fabricating is your bread and butter, make sure you give Mitch a call. Give him a ring at 870-3563. Leave him a message if he doesn't answer. Call 870-3563 and talk to Mitch about this welding and fabricating opportunity with KC Trucking.
A shout out to Mildred, known to most as Millie, and Marianne this morning. They wished us a happy Valentine in our chat box. Thank you very much. You know, I would just love if I could find time, and I hope other people will find time, to travel to Hazard.
Mm-hmm.
I've been dying to get into this place for a year or two.
Oh,
now.
me too. Yeah,
I want to try
I've
it.
heard great things.
Yes. The Den Bar and Grill in Hazard is not only open most of the time for you to stop in and enjoy some good food, they have a special going on for Valentine's.
They do indeed. When you're looking for a great time and delicious food paired with the perfect small town atmosphere, look toward the Den Bar and Grill in Hazard. And tonight they're offering some great options for Valentine's dinner. Entrees include prime rib. You can also go with the grilled shrimp or chicken Alfredo, served with your choice of potato, side salad, and dinner roll. And, of course, you got to have dessert, right?
Oh, yeah.
They'll be featuring cheesecake or chocolate cake for Valentine's dinner tonight at the Den in Hazard. Reservations are encouraged. So here's the number to call. 308-745-4617. Again, that's 745-4617. Follow them on Facebook at the Den Bar and Grill in Hazard.
All right, 9:31 is our time. Did we cover Nebraska Land Hearing yet?
Nope. We want to remind you about Roxanne, the board-certified hearing instrument specialist you'll find right here in Broken Bow with over 30 years of experience. Roxanne's always been one to really promote shopping local, even when it comes to having your hearing checked. So that's why she offers some great discounts on certain things just for buying local. So set your appointment up today by calling 308-384-3852. Roxanne also reminds you that she accepts CARE credit cards now. This enables you to finance hearing aids for over a period of time with lower payments. Ask Roxanne about CARE credit cards. To make an appointment, call 308-384-3852 at the Nebraska Land Hearing Center.
Thank you, Brent. Would you like to recap the games tonight? Broken Bow Lady Indians featured on KCNI, and you'll be there.
I will be there. Yes, Broken Bow play Kearney Catholic tonight in the C111 Girls Subdistrict Basketball Tournament. They'll play the second of the two games, tip-off scheduled for around 7 from Gothenburg, and we'll have it for you live on KCNI 96.3 FM and KCNI1280.com. The other guys will be headed back to Dunning to continue coverage of the D27 Girls Subdistrict Tournament. Two great area games for you there tonight, beginning with Anselmo Myrna against Pleasanton at 5:30, followed by Sandhills Thetford against Ansley Litchfield. We'll have coverage of those games on KBBN 95.3 FM, KBBN.com, and we'll also do a live video stream of both games from the D27 Subdistrict, which you can access on the Sandhills